it's April. This is one of the fall boxes that I'm going to be doing this season for you guys. And I just wanted to come on and give you a few tips and tricks as to what I did because I'm going to be changing this file so that it will open for all, and give you some pointers. This is the box lid, and you most certainly can stop with this and maybe just deboss using the what I have set here in foil. I am going to change to pen, and notice I'm selecting this second attach. You can duplicate that and change that to deboss and bring that in and fit it on that lid where it goes. And then once you have them all on there, just attach so that you can deboss, because I cut this out of the foil craft board and it is gorgeous. So you could most certainly just use the lid and do that. However, I'm just going to hide that so that you have one of them. Um, well, actually, I don't want to do that because I don't want to confuse anybody that may be new because they are different sizes. So select the leaf and select the second attach, and then duplicate that and change it to foil. And once you do that, then you can hide this one in your file. Now I have it set to foil, so I'm going to select that second attach, and I'm just going to change this back to a pen so that it will open for everybody. If you want to foil it, then you can foil that. And I did cut these pieces from cardstock. Um, and on those pieces, I'm going to do this to all of them. And so if you're going to change them to foil, you're again going to select that second attach so that you get all of them at one time and it doesn't miss any pieces because they are in two pieces. I had to kind of make that line for this by attaching two pieces together. So that's why it is like it is. That one is already on pen. There it is. So right here, select the second attach, change that to a pen, and then this one. And that is set on foil, and we want that to go to pen. Now those will open for everybody. I am going to group these just so that you know where they go on the box, in case you are changing those. So we'll just group those. Now I cut these from cardstock. A little tip I want to give you. If you're foiling, if you're doing pen, you don't need to do this, okay? Um, but if you're foiling, when we foil, the option to cut on intricate cut is not there. It's not available if you foil, and you have to select like medium cardstock. And I found that there are a couple of little areas when they get smaller that don't cut as well just on medium cardstock. It really needs to cut twice. So I think it's going to be easier. Let me just ungroup this and show you real quick, and then I'll undo it. To go in here and duplicate this bottom piece, and we're just going to duplicate that. That is just our cut without the pen line. And then I would detach my pen, bring in these two pieces, align center, and attach. Then bring in my pen or my foil line on top. Um, with a pen, you can select intricate and it's going to cut twice. With foil, you can't select intricate. So I'm just going to get that pen and get the two I attached. I'm going to align center and then attach my foil line. Now it's going to foil it and then cut twice because I've told it, if you look in the layers panel here, this is going to be, pretend that I left that on foil, and then it's going to cut two times. And that's going to avoid you having to airfoil, what I call airfoil, where I have to not put a tool in, let it go like it's foiling again, and then just cut it again without unloading the mat. You can avoid all of that by simply doing this step here. So if you're going to foil, I suggest you do that. And I'm just going to undo that because I don't want to leave that in there, because if somebody cuts on intricate, we don't want them cutting 4 times. So let me undo, undo. Want to leave that out and get that back to its group. Okay. So now that's, oops, let's undo a couple more times. There we go. So there's your group that goes on top there. I cut this from also from the black craft board, and I'm going to show you the materials that I used in the file. This is cut from Cricut craft board, the box and this piece. This piece is optional. If you want to cut it, you can cut it. If you don't want to cut it, that's fine. I just use it on the inside of the box lid to give it a finished look with my acetate. This piece is acetate. And then you have your insert. And this is a K-cup insert, and it's going to be really pretty. And I do have debossing set on these little flourishes. Now, I'm going to change those to a pen. So you'll need to change those as well if you're debossing on the foil. And I'm just selecting the groups here and changing them both to pen. So you're just going to select those two groups, and you can select both of them, all four of them, and change them all at once if you want. Or either you can foil on cardstock. Totally up to you what you do here. I am just setting it as a pen so that everybody with any machine can open it. All right, so let's hop over and put this together. Bring this over. I'm gonna, before we start, I'm gonna show you what all I cut. This is going to be so pretty. So basically you can cut all of your leaves from scraps. All of these colors that I used here came out of one pack. This is the only piece, this is Cricut red, and I pulled it just from my pack. I have a whole pack of solid red, and that's what I used. But everything else in the cardstock came from this. And guys, this is the fall sampler. It's on sale for $5 on clearance. Grab it while you can, because this sale ends on Sunday. And this could sell out. So go in there and grab that. That has all the colors. You have black, purple, green, yellow, and the burnt orange. And it's perfect for this and for your Halloween making. So make sure that you grab that. Again, for fall, all I did was add a sheet of red. So grab some Cricut red while you're there too. It's on sale. This is Cricut craft board. This is the sampler, and I use the natural color. You get black, white, and natural in there. And I use natural out of that for my box base, because I like a sturdy box. And if you don't want to do K-cup inserts, you can put shirts or you can put baked goods. As a matter of fact, I forgot to show you that, and we'll pop back over here after I show you the materials, and I'll show you the thing. Now, this is the insert where I cut this piece. So you have a good piece of scrap that you can use for later on the craft board. And again, that's optional. My acetate, I use the clear acetate sheets. Again, Cricut. And then I use the craft metals, the foil sampler and the metals. And I use the rose gold out of there and the black sheet. That's what I used out of that. I also use the Cricut foil transfer sheets in the rose gold. You can get those in the 12 by 12 or the small. And I got all my leaves out of two sheets, two of the small sheets. So got that. When you cut this, if you're using the K-cups, don't throw these away. You can attach a circle, or you can use a punch. I use my punch and punch a hole in them. And you can use these for tags. If you want to add some other images and have it deboss on there, or you want to flip it over and cut it with the pretty side to the mat, which is hard to do if you're putting the debossing on. And that's why I didn't do it. That's why I didn't flip over. So I'll just stamp the back side of mine. But if you're debossing like this, you can't really do anything but maybe deboss on the top of these. Or either attach a circle so that it automatically cuts your circle for a tag in it. You can do that. Or again, you can punch it and then you can flip it over and stamp it. If you're not going to deboss this, you can cut it with that side to the mat and have your Cricut write on each one of the circles whatever you want. Or don't do anything, and you can use these for embellishments on cards or boxes. So don't throw those away. Don't throw this away. You can get scraps out of that And these are even the pieces here that you can use as a stripe down a card. So don't throw any of that away. I like to use my pieces. Um, so let's talk about the other insert. This is the K-cup insert. Let's pop back over real quick or I will forget it. And let me show you the other insert. So let me share right here. If you come over into the file, down here at the bottom, you can see I have something hidden. And we're going to unhide that right here. This is for baked goods. And that's why I use the craft board for the base. So I have a good sturdy base. This is going to cut and you're just going to fold in because it's going to cut along the side down here and then down the center. And it's going to score here. So you're just going to fold those in towards the bottom. And then you've got spaces to put cookies or cupcakes, whatever you want to put in there. Okay, so lots of fun with this box. Let me get back over. There we are. And we should be back on our screen. So here's the insert. And I use my double scoring wheel on this. Even though it called for the single, I like to use my double. And that's just going to keep it from breaking down that foil. And I'm missing my score line there. It's early for me. I'm just going to give that a push. I don't like to use my bone folder on this right here because I don't want to take a chance of scratching my foil. But the Cricut foil craft board is really awesome. So you can really work with it. It's pretty tough. And it's great for baked goods and it comes out so pretty. So we're going to fold on all of our 4 score lines here. And that other one is exactly the same, except you're going to have those cuts in the center and you're just going to fold them in just like I folded this right to the middle. And that's another reason this has got the craft color on the other side, which is why I like to use the craft for the base. So it blends in, you can see that, and it looks intended. Okay, so that kind of disappears once you put it in the box and all you see is the top. So we're going to set that to the side. And here is the box base. And again, I use the double score wheel on this to help keep from cracking. Sometimes with the thicker materials, it will crack. If you use the scoring stylus, or you can get a little bit of cracking, depends on its fibers. So I like the double for that. It helps minimize any of that going on. We're just going to fold on all those scores. All right. And all your tabs are going to come to the inside. This is great for t-shirts. You could do that as well. Great. This box is so versatile. There's so many things I have seen people use this box for. And I'm having a glue issue always, right? I always have the glue issue. Still love my art glitter glue. Let's see if that helps. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this side too. And you're going to bring in those sides, bring this up, and you want to get those square, nice and square. You don't want it hanging over. And you don't want it like this. You don't want it like this. You want to get that nice and square. Okay. And let's go and do this side. And again, nice and square. Smear that glue around a little bit. And that is the base. And now we're going to take this insert, just going to pop it right in. Okay. And of course I have some Starbucks. Now I got these from Amazon. and I got it was 10 to a pack, and it came in like a set. You got 30 of the K cups, 10 of each one, of course, and um they were 20 bucks. It came as the 3 boxes for 20 bucks, so that wasn't too bad. And um you can get like 3 or 4 boxes out of there. 3 boxes. And still have 3 left. This is your acetate. Don't forget your Cricut acetate has a liner on each side. You're going to peel that liner off. I leave mine on to cut. If it doesn't cut quite all the way through, you can run it again and let it cut. I usually don't have any issue, but that's going to be nice and bright and clear there. And then we have this piece, and you can put this piece on several different ways. I'm just going to be using some tearing tape, and I'm going to set this up here. I found this to be the easiest way to do this. After all of them I've done them so many different ways, and I'm like, this to me is the easiest. You can use red line tape, tearing tape, you can use glue. Glue's just going to take a long time to dry against that acetate. So I'm just going to pull in this double-sided tearing tape right here. All right, so now we have that. I'm just going to peel off and tuck that. Just take these liners and peel them back, tuck them up, fold them over to the side. All right, and then take your acetate and line it up. Get it stuck down in those 4 corners, and then you can just peel that tape out. Oop, I lost one. And I think I got mine off. I did. Oh well, I'm just gonna trim my get yours on there better. I scooted down somehow when I did that. And now I'm off over here, and that's what my problem is. So I'm gonna have to trim that window off a little bit so that I can get that centered up in my box. Just make sure you get yours in there square. You won't have to do this step. I want it to go in the box. There we go. If that happens, I mean, we're not all perfect, right? So if that happens to you, you know how to fix it. So set that to the side and bring those over. And now we're going to do this lid. And it's basically just like the base. And you're just going to fold over on all of your scores. Be gentle with it, as that is a thin line. Make sure that when you're peeling this stuff off your mats that you're being very gentle with it so you don't rip it. It is delicate. And you can put your scraper in there to kind of help too if you're having an issue getting it to bend without messing anything up. You can use that to help you fold it around. All right, now here is where I am going to use my red line tape. I thought I had one of these opened. I do. I knew I had one open. I don't like to use glue here because it can make it bubble up, and I want a pretty side on there. So I'm just going to, I really rather use the whiter stuff here, I think. Grab, yeah, let's go with the white one. Red line tape is made by many different brands, guys. This one is Sure Tape from iCraft, and this one is Craft Perfect. It's all the same, in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, much better. Get a couple pieces of this. I don't even know why I thought about grabbing that small one. I guess because it was already opened. A couple pieces on each side. And the thing about the foil, if you get it offline a little bit there, you can peel this stuff back up and stick it back down. I lost my little bee scissors. Where are they? My teeny tiny ones are here somewhere. I want to trim that off. These are kind of overkill, but I have laid them down on this desk and cannot find them. They'll turn up when I'm finished with the project, right? That's the way it always works. And in case I didn't say, this is 1/2 inch that I'm using, in case y'all didn't see that. This is great if you want to give a gift for an office coworker or something like that. All right, so now we have all of those on. I'm gonna give those a rub down. And then we're just going to peel those liners back. Still hanging over a little bit there. I don't want that to be sticky on the inside. You don't want any overhang of your tape for sure. Easiest way, maybe. It wants to be difficult. Very difficult. There we go. This tape's off of there. And they're going to be staticky too. Just so you know. I'm going to try to stick to you. Well, thought I had it. There we go. Just going to go ahead and I just left that little one on there. Why not? It was there, right? If any of you guys haven't made this box before, because we've used it several different ways, we always change how it is on the inside of the lid, so it always looks different. But if you've ever done this before, you know how versatile this box is and how much fun it can be. We put names on the inside, we put Santas and hearts and candies and s'mores, and that other insert is great for s'mores because you can get everything lined up, the chocolates and marshmallows and crackers. So I thought, why not? Why not do one for fall with the coffees? Haven't done that one yet. We're just going to take those in, and again, you want to make sure that they are square, and I'm not square. Gently pull that apart, hopefully. And get that squared up. Give that another little pinch. You want to make sure that you're square when you stick this, because if you aren't, it's gonna rip a little bit, and I'm okay with it. I'll fix it later. Get off of there. That one's square. And then that last one. Get them all square. I'm just giving mine an extra little pinch on its scores. Okay. And then we're going to take this piece, and I am going to use the thin red line tape here instead of the tearing tape, since I'm on plastic. We use the regular smaller tape to apply that there, but you can use either one. I'm just using the red line on top of plastic because it sticks better, in my opinion. But they both are good. So if you have the tearing tape, you can use those, or you can use red line. I just wanted to show both will work in the video for you guys. So whatever you have, this one or this one, and this will work. This one will work as well for the lid where we did that. So totally up to you. All right, and now we're going to peel back those liners. And we are going to place that right. That's some glue on my lid. I'll get my glue eraser out and get that off. And we're going to just fit that right down inside the lid. I do want to use my bone folder here and give that a good rub down to make sure that it stays the inside of the box. What is this? Place it right on box. So pretty. Love it. And then you've got your fall colors peeping through. I don't normally use wet glue on foil, but I'm going on top of it. So I think it's going to be okay. You can use your tape runners, um, like these. These little tape runners, you can go on there, and I may do that. I'm just going to check this out and see how glue does so that you guys know what to do or what not to do. But I'm just going to use just tiny bits because I don't want to use, you don't want to do overkill here because this is foil on the, even though it's the black foil, it could still bubble up if you get it too wet. It might settle back down. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I've had it settle down and not show. I've had it where it always showed. So it's hit or miss. Just be very, very subtle with your glue. And we're going to place that right on the top. Try not to get it on your acetate. You can get it off of there if you do with the baby wipe after it dries, or a gum eraser, but it's easier if you don't. I love that. Now, I did go around the outside of mine with a glitter marker, just to cover the edges of the craft board, but you don't need it. I just did it just to see if you were going to need it, but you don't need it. It's going to look great. So with these, I have to make sure I got the right ones in the right place. That is correct. I think the glue is going to work fine. Just be gentle with it. Uh, that was where I need an intricate cut. I knew I was going to peel that. It didn't cut well right there. I needed a second cut and didn't get it. That's why I went over that with you guys, so you could cut twice if you're foiling. Since it won't give us that option with foil. The foil turned out gorgeous on there. Oh, I have a piece left in my box there. Can I get that out? There. I did. Had a little piece stuck. I didn't check it before I started sticking everything. So pretty. I hope the camera's picking that up. Sometimes the camera doesn't like to pick up the foils. But it's the one for there. Make sure that you get all of these little points so that it sticks. Those on the inside. We don't want them flopping. Just put it on gently. Let it start to sit or set. It to set well. And then this is the one for up here. And if you guys have anything that you would like me to cover, last night we had, it wasn't us, I had a YouTube issue. It kept cutting off our video saying, thank you for streaming. And I wasn't touching anything or doing anything, and it was ending the stream for whatever reason. And so we're going to revisit. I'm not going to redo the whole video. Um, I'm just going to point out the major points and show you guys the rolled flowers, but we are going to talk next week about that and cover what may have been missed because of YouTube. And we are going to be covering the new print and cut calibration. And I think we're going to be talking about our machines, some of the things that you may or may not know about your machine. We're going to cover that. And we're going to talk about all the machines, the airs, the makers, the threes, and the joys. So you may not want to miss that. And we're going to be talking about the tools as well, so that everybody knows all the tips and tricks. So join us next Thursday for that. And I've got a little bit of glue on here where I just missed that. But I'm going to clean that up with my gum eraser after it dries because I don't want it to shift. So I'm just going to let it be. Try not to let my OCD kick in on it. How pretty is that? I love this, guys. Will make absolutely wonderful gifts. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or you get stuck, please don't hesitate to ask. And I will see you next Thursday for Tutorial Thursday. And we're going to go over lots of stuff for you guys. Have a great day. Happy crafting. Have a nice crafting weekend.